What's up, ATU, and welcome back to ATUlive. I'm Mary.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Keegan, and we are your ATUlive co-hosts.
Thank you all so much for tuning in to episode 1 of season 6 of ATUlive. We are so excited. We hope everyone had an amazing winter break. We can't wait to get this season started and on a roll. Today, we have some super cool guests joining us to discuss working for ResLife because we are hiring. But first, Keegan, do you want to tell us what's going around on campus?
Of course. All right, y'all, we have some really fun things going on this week. Starting off this Thursday, February the 9th, our men's basketball and women's basketball teams will be competing against Oklahoma Baptist and Shawnee, Oklahoma. Then our women's softball team will be competing in the Alvey Early Memorial Classic Tournament in Bentonville this weekend. That's super cool. Love Bentonville. Also this weekend, the men's baseball team will be playing Central Missouri in Warrenburg, Missouri. Kind of a trip, so safe travels for them. This Saturday, the women's tennis team will be in Ouachita in Arkadelphia, so they're playing OBU. And this Saturday, the women's basketball team will be playing Southern Nazarene in Bethany, Oklahoma. So lots of Oklahoma trips, safe travels for the team. Good luck, guys.
Well, thank you so much, Keegan. First joining us, we have John Nicholson from the hiring department at ResLife to answer some questions. So John, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. I am John Nicholson. I'm one of the area coordinators for ResLife, and I supervise our entire hiring process.
Okay, so tell us, John, how does someone apply for ResLife?
Yes. So it's actually really easy. All anyone needs to do is you need to go back into the housing portal, which is the same location where you selected your housing the first time, and you'll see an application for employment. And just make sure to fully complete that application. You'll include your name, your T number, answer a couple of quick questions about why do you want to be a staff member. And once you submit that, it'll come to me. I'll be able to process it and get you included in our process.
What does the timeline look like for that?
Yes. So the application opened about a week ago, and we have our priority deadline on February 27th, which as long as you get your application in by that date, you're guaranteed to be included in interviews on the 9th and 10th of March. From there, the next step is the president director teams and pro staff will kind of sit down, review the applicants, and make some decisions. And then offers, we're hoping to get them out towards the middle of March, hopefully a little bit before spring break, so that you have some time over spring break to review and talk to family and hopefully accept your offer.
Awesome. So do you have to be a certain major to work for ResLife?
No, that's actually one of the best parts about working for ResLife. You don't have to be a specific major. We accept people from all majors across all of campus, as we see it's a great opportunity to just get that starting work experience, but also make hopefully some new friends. Meet people that you might never get a chance to meet.
That's super cool. Mm-hmm. So you said you don't have to be a specific major. Is there a specific set of skills that you would like your employees to have?
Yeah. So with ResLife, we really, really want our student staff to have, or hopefully build some as well, communication skills, to have flexibility and adaptability, because you never know what's going to come up, what you're going to get asked to do. And then really the other part is just that patience and kind of that love to help other people. That really, I think, are some of the key characteristics that we want all of our student staff to have.
So ResLife obviously deals with housing on campus. Mm-hmm. Do you have to live on campus to work for ResLife?
Yes. So all of our positions do require that you live on campus. That is just to make sure that we're supporting our students who do live on campus with us and that they get the best experience, and our staff as well.
Yeah. So what are some of the non-paycheck benefits to working for ResLife?
There's actually a pretty good number. Some of them are a housing discount on no matter where you live, because some of our student staff get to select where they want to live here on campus. Some of our other groups of student staff who are stipend paid generally are going to be assigned to a certain area because they're overseeing something more specific. One of the other major benefits is professional development opportunities. We frequently send student staff to different conferences. If they express interest, we'll bring them with us to some of the conferences that we get to go to as professional staff, which is a great opportunity to network and to just meet people in the higher ed field and in other universities where you may want to go to for your master's or next PhD degrees and above.
Exactly. So I know that some positions are paid hourly and then some are based on a stipend. How does that work? What's the difference?
Yes. So with hourly pay, the student staff member gets to kind of determine within a certain reason the number of hours that they work every week. So you get to kind of really working with that supervisor and that staff group, determine how many hours you work, which affects, of course, how much you get paid. For our stipend positions, it's a lot more of you're working pretty set hours. You're going to expect it to hit a certain number. And so you get paid a set amount every month, really kind of regardless of the number of hours, which can always mean sometimes in the slowest of times, you're getting paid than the number of hours you worked, which is a really big benefit. With stipend also, I said you do generally live in a specific building where we'll place you, which does make that housing selection a lot easier.
Awesome. So what is your favorite thing about residence life?
Ooh, for me, really, it's getting to work with all of our student staff and kind of getting to see them as they go from that first incoming freshman who's been with us maybe a semester living on and now they're working for us, to then when they get and they graduate and they're walking across that stage and seeing them grow throughout that whole time. The other thing I will say that I also love about residence life is just the fun that we have in the office, joking around with each other. It's never a dull day in the residence life office. You never know what you're going to have, what funny thing is going to come up. And you just have to have fun. And that's one thing I love about our office is we always have fun.
So you talked about someone like seeing them come in as a freshman. Can freshmen work for residence life?
So long as a student has lived on campus for at least one semester, they're able to apply for to work for residence life. We, I think, are really one of the main hires of kind of those second year freshmen who get them an opportunity to work on campus, start getting that experience. And really, that's the only major hold. The other thing is, of course, having good conduct and having good grades. You're here to be a student first. Always make sure that you're striving for your grades. But other than that, that's really the major things is one semester live on, good conduct and good grades. It's pretty easy then, I think, to get a job with us.
So if a student starts, like their first semester is the fall of 2023, they apply in the fall of 2023, and they can work spring of 2024.
They could. Or it's also if you, let's say you came in this semester because you transferred into ATU, you could apply this semester to work in the fall. That counts. So even our students who have come in as transfer students or who came in as freshmen, brand new this semester, they can still apply and still get to work for us in the fall.
Awesome.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
So we're going to get more into scheduling and things with different positions because I know that's kind of specific, but does residence life staff have to be available to work over breaks? So like spring break, summer break, winter break, all of the breaks?
So not for all of the staff teams. Some staff teams, it is a great opportunity, especially for our hourlies, to make more money by working over breaks, over winter break, spring break, fall break. For our stipend positions, most of the time, they may not have to, but that can vary from position to position based on some needs. And so that's more, each supervisor will really kind of work closely with their team to make sure that they are aware of those specific expectations. So it changes a little bit from position to position.
I mean, this has been super informative. Is there anything else that, you'd like to tell everybody?
So just really quick, I want to go back over that timeline because I know people always want to make sure that they're aware. Application is open. Go to the housing portal. Apply through there. It's really easy, really quick. It takes maybe 10, 20 minutes. Priority deadline is February 27th. Make sure you get your application in by then to really guarantee that you'll be considered for interviews the 9th and the 10th of March. We're going to be moving pretty quickly after those dates to make sure that we fill up all of our positions and get you through HR. Because, of course, I love HR, but things slow down sometimes because they're busy. They're getting overloaded with all the student staff requests. And so we want to make sure that we get our people in first so that we get our people through and we get our people approved. So really, that's the big thing. Make sure you get your application in. Make sure you get it in by that deadline. We'll get you in interviews, and then it'll kind of go from there really quickly.
Awesome. All right. Well, if you don't have anything else, and we don't have anything else, we want to thank you so much for coming and joining us and letting everybody know. I think now we're going to go talk to some student staff and get their perspective on things.
Thank you all so much for joining us. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Christine. I'm a housing ambassador here at Tech, and I'm a biomedical major.
And I'm Hannah. I'm a community assistant, and I am double majoring in business management and digital marketing.
Awesome. Okay, so what does a day typically look like in your position?
Oh, so a day in my position typically looks like working on our projects. Usually we get in around our scheduled times, and we are all assigned different projects that we work on. Currently, right now, we answer emails. We just kind of make sure that everybody here at Tech is comfortable where they're at and situated.
So the great thing about being a community assistant is every day can look different. We have our goals of getting a newsletter out, office hours, events, really whatever that looks like for you, but every day can look however you need it to based on your schedule, and that's what I really like about it.
Okay, so y'all are talking about your schedule. Are you paid hourly or are you on a stipend?
I'm hourly.
I am hourly as well.
So how do you guys go back and forth keeping a healthy balance of work and school and just regular personal life?
Yeah, I think that's a really good question. I think that Tech, especially working for ResLife, helps with that a lot because we go based on around your classes, and you are always a top priority student first before you are a worker. So specifically within HA, if you are not working on anything and your projects are done and everybody's happy, we can usually slip some a little bit of study time in, but there's always area for afterwards work and everything like that because it goes around our class schedule.
I agree. ResLife has been really great about working around our class schedules and making sure that we're doing well and helping us do what we need to do to stay balanced. Working around classes, everyone can meet at the same time, one-on-ones, things like that. Everyone just be so gracious about understanding that we're students as well as working.
For sure.
That's awesome. So what would you say y'all's favorite part of working for ResLife is?
I think my favorite part is bringing new students in and giving them tours and just letting them experience Tech itself and Tech as a whole. I love this place, and I just like sharing that with everybody else.
For me, ResLife is just a great community. I've made so many awesome connections through it and a lot of opportunities. Writing a network or a newsletter is something I never thought I would do, but it's something that I love, and it actually made me reach out to the digital marketing world. So it kind of helped me figure out some interests that I have and kind of go more specific with my career in the future, and that's something I'm really thankful for.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank y'all so much for joining us. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves?
So my name's Maggie. I'm an RA, and I'm a junior, and I'm a nursing major. So
My name's Kristen. I'm an REA, and I'm an elementary education major.
Awesome. All right, so tell us what a day on the job typically looks like for each of you.
So the RA job mainly starts at like 5 p.m. So normally before 5, you go to the housing office in Doc Bryan, you pick up the lovely duty phone, you pick up the duty bag, and then you unforward the phone, you check in with the RD on duty, and then you kind of just get to do whatever. Like you could go to the library, you can go do homework, you could go do whatever. But once that lovely phone calls because somebody got locked out or somebody's toilet is overflowing or whatever it be, you go answer, you go and you help them with that. And then your job is from 5 p.m. to 8 a.m. the next morning. And then at 8 a.m. you could forward the phone back because that's when our lovely HAs take over. And then they get all the calls and everything. And then you just have to go turn in the duty bag before 10 a.m. and then you kind of just go to class. So yeah.
Cool. Nice.
So an REA, our days aren't really like specific as to what we do. They change. We have once a week, we have our staff meetings, we have our one-on-one meetings. Other than that, throughout the month, we'll host different events within the buildings, and then we also do the bulletin boards. But other than that, I mean, it's really flexible on what we do.
So it sounds like y'all have different, types of schedules. Are you paid hourly or are you on a stipend?
I'm personally on a stipend.
REAs are hourly.
Awesome. So you guys kind of touched on this with the scheduling and kind of having the ability, the freedom to go do work and homework at the same time. But how do you maintain a healthy balance between the two?
So I have a crazy schedule just because I'm in nursing school. So like this is a really big just planning things out. So once a week I'm on duty, and the rotation is kind of weird, but we're on for like 2 weeks and then we're off for a week, but we're only working one day. So any other day you can kind of go like to Midtown after 5, or you can kind of do whatever, but when you're on duty, you're on campus. It kind of forces you actually to do homework, which is kind of nice, because then it's like, okay, well, I can't like just like go to Walmart and like avoid my responsibilities or like get some retail therapy. Like, no, you need to sit down and you need to do your homework. But also, like, we have weekly meetings and then bi-weekly one-on-ones, just because the staff of RAs for RDs is like 15, so can't really have an hour meeting for 15 people all in a week and then balance school. But anyway, we just kind of fill out a Google form and we're like, okay, what days would work best for you? My boss, Elizabeth, she was like, okay, like when can you have a meeting? When can you not have a meeting for our staff meetings? And so we like filled out this little thing, and it ended up that all of us can meet on Thursdays at 8. So it was nice. But yeah.
So, like I said, REAs were really flexible on our schedule, so I don't have to focus too much on like stressing about planning things, but I do keep a planner of when we have our meetings and when I have my one-on-ones, which are there the same time every week. Other than that, I plan my schedule on when I'm available to work, which makes it really easy for me, and it still gives me plenty of time, but also with my major, I do have a little bit more free time here and there.
That's awesome. Sounds like a great, schedule. So what is your favorite part about working for Residence Life?
I would say my friendships that I've made. Every time I go to the housing office, I stay for like 30 minutes because I just am talking to literally everybody in there, just because everybody's so nice. But also, I get a lot of like free stuff. So like the sweatshirt I got for free for being a ResLife staff. I got like a rain jacket, windbreaker type thing. Got a name tag, repping. But yeah, I would say like friendships, but also like the free stuff is nice too.
So I just started working with ResLife, but it's like a great community. They're all very welcoming. My staff is great, like really nice people, and I also really love the flexibility of it.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. So far our main takeaways: free merchandise, a good schedule, and community. Thank you guys so much. Can't wait to go get some free merch of mine.
Exactly.
Now we're going to welcome on some new guests.
Thank y'all so much for joining us. Why don't y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves?
I'm Gabriel Hurlber. I'm a student maintenance assistant, and I'm a sophomore in geology here.
I'm Lainey Martin. I'm a building manager. I'm a freshman, and my major is recreational therapy.
Awesome. Okay, y'all, so tell us what a typical day in your life looks like.
So usually for me as a student maintenance assistant, I work on things, just basic maintenance around campus, so like fixing toilets or furniture, or if basically just anything that breaks and that I can easily fix, I go around and help do that.
As a building manager, I sit in the Brown office and check on work orders. And then I also have Doc Bryan hours, so I'll do the same things as Gabe.
Nice. So are y'all hourly? Like, are y'all paid hourly, or are you on a stipend?
I'm stipend.
Okay.
And I'm an hourly staff.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And how do you guys balance your work life and your school life?
Being a building manager gives me opportunities to study during my in-hall hours after I've checked on the work orders and followed up with other residents, and it's really flexible with the schedule, so I'm able to get whatever I need to do done.
That's so nice.
I myself find it, even though I can't sit down and do my homework during my hours, I usually find it that the structure of having a job, especially here on campus, helps me stay more focused on my schoolwork day in and day out.
Yeah. So what would y'all say is your favorite part of working for ResLife?
I think my favorite part working for ResLife is the community. I've made a lot of really good friends and good connections working here.
And I love the skills that I've made. I like that I know how to fix a lot of things, so these are things I can take with me to when I get an apartment or get a house. I can help fix things around my house now.
That's awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. I think we're going to welcome on our next guests.
Thank you so much for joining us. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Okay. Hi, my name is Raven, and I am a senior. My majors are biomed and psychology.
And what's your position?
I am a PHA, peer health advocate.
Awesome.
So what does a typical day in your position look like?
Well, first I come in, I let my big boss know I'm there. Then I go and we have this piece of paper on the wall that kind of has each person, what she kind of wants us to do for the day. And then I look on the computer because we also do social media, and we look at the content planner, and we see if we have any peer health listening sessions booked. And that's about it for that part.
Nice. So do you, when you're scheduled, do you get paid hourly or are you on a stipend?
Hourly. So the max you can do is 20 for this position, but they can kind of work with you.
That's awesome. So how do you balance work and school?
Well, I have a hour-by-hour schedule, so I'm a little too into it. So I go from class, and I have breaks put in, and then I have my work schedule, and then right after work, I have like little breaks and homework sessions.
So you're a planner, me too. I have checklists, I have a schedule just for work, one for school, one for anything else, and then one for all of it.
I love it.
We're gonna be good friends after this.
My favorite part of the year is going to get my TJ Maxx planner every year.
Every year. And sometimes you just gotta get more than one because they're just so stinking cute. You know?
They are. It's
and they're
so
only
hard picking.
$5.99. Except for the one I got last year was $7.99. Don't tell anyone.
We are not partnered with TJ
It's a
Maxx.
secret. Not endorsing TJ Maxx.
You gotta get the iPad and do it on there.
Really?
Life
See,
changer.
but my handwriting, bad. So I just can't.
She's lying.
She's not lying.
So what is your favorite part about working for Residence Life?
I'd have to say my team. They're great. Everyone's super sweet. They help you with things if you're kind of confused, and they work with your schedule a lot too. I like that portion.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you once again so much for joining us. Now let's bring Keegan back in, and we're going to play a little game. Well, thank you so much to all of our guests for joining us, and thank you to everyone at home that tuned in. We're going to play our first game of the season. It's going to be a little bit of like a Residence Life story game. So it's kind of something that like at least I used to play in the car always growing up. And you just take turns. You can only say one word, and you go in a circle and you try to make a story. So the topic is going to be Residence Life.
Okay.
And I'll start. So, and we'll go like this.
Okay.
So, once
There.
Was
a
Little.
office
employee
Who.
liked
to
Stare.
into
the
Fridge.
looking
for
Some.
residence life
snacks.
Her.
name.
Was
Sarah.
Just kidding. It was Emily.
Keegan. One word.
That was one word. It
No.
was Emily.
Her name was Sarah.
And
Her
Favorite.
snack
was
Blueberries.
with
Say
cottage.
Whoa.
cottage. Whoa.
No.
That's-
Cottage. Hold on. Cottage. Finish it, Mary.
This is a silly game. Cheese. No one eats cottage
Blueberries
cheese
and cottage cheese.
with their blueberries. That's disgusting.
I'm gonna
Alright.
go.
Poor
throw up
Sarah.
now.
Let's move towards the closing of the story. Let's finish the story.
Okay.
We've got our climax of the blueberries and cottage cheese.
Yeah, that's-
While.
that is a climax.
While.
Staring.
Through. That's right.
The.
Plexiglass.
Window.
Sarah.
Thought.
I'm trying to remember the sentence. Sarah thought.
While staring through the plexiglass window, Sarah thought.
While staring through Sarah thought. Wow. This is really gross.
And.
Scene.
Froed up.
Never ate cottage cheese with blueberries again.
Threw up.
End. Period.
Woo!
Period.
Poor Sarah.
So yeah.
All right, that's our game.
All right. Thank you guys once again for joining us on this episode. We had a blast. We're so excited for this next season, and we'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.